Eagles and the Dragons on Fox Sports.
A one-game Super Saturday in the NRL, but what a game it is. First versus third with St George Illawarra on the road against Manly Warringah. Welcome to Brookvale Oval on the north side of the bridge here in Sydney. Thanks for staying with us on Fox Sports. In an abbreviated round of club footy tonight, we have 11 players backing up from the opening representative matches of the year. Andy Raymond along with Laurie Daly in commentary. Let's take a look at how the Dragons will take the field here tonight.
Darius Point is the fullback for the Dragons. On the wings, Morris and Michael Lett comes in for the injured Jason Nightingale. In the centres, Matty Pryor and Matt Cooper, the halves, Soward and Hornby will be skipper. Up front, Dan Hunt, Luke Prittis, John Green gets an opportunity in the run on side. And the back row of Costigan, Cray and Dean Young. Interchange, Emmett, Merrin, Thornby and Greenfield. And the master coach, Wayne Bennett, is in charge of the St George Illawarra team.
Here are the Sea Eagles, and they are 1 through 17 as named Tuesday. Once again, the three-quarter line is Robertson, Lyon, Matai and Williams. Foran and Hodkinson backing up in the halves from last night's matches. Jason King, Matt Ballin and Josh Perry up front. Once again, the bench, Nullavow, Kite, Cross and Bailey. The coach is Des Hasler. And Coach Des Hasler, Laurie, must think it's the greatest day of this year at the moment. All 8 players available for tonight, 24 hours after playing.
Yeah, and I think they'd be keen to play. A sign of a good representative player is his ability to back up for a club. Unless, he's completely ruled out and he's got a serious injury and he can't have an effect on the game. It can have an effect on the outcome of the game, sorry. But these players, they pride themselves on backing up for their clubs. Their club mates help them make the representative teams, and that's why they do it. And there's Matty Cooper.
Dean Young was good for your mob last night, 46 minutes.
I thought our bench players last night were great, and Dean Young in particular. He adds that enthusiasm. He's got that ability to play with the football, and he becomes a first or second receiver, and he can also do the tough carries.
Here come the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. A couple of average second half performances has Des Hasler's complete focus. Brett Stewart, wouldn't they dearly love to have him out there as the Eagles run on with some very excited junior footballers in front of what has built up to be a great crowd here at Brookvale Oval down in Melbourne, recording 51 minutes last night. Our man, the Army of One, Anthony Watmough.
He's a very good player, Anthony Watmough. I think he'll be really looking forward to this task to prove himself against the Dragons. The Dragons pack, well, they haven't been out-muscled this year, and Manly pride themselves on their performance in the middle of the field. You can see he and Kieran Foran there, who are against one another, playing against one another last night, but tonight they are teammates. They're playing for the maroon and white against the red and white. I think we're in for a fantastic contest.
Our 2 referees, Shane Hayne in his 206th NRL game, and also Gavin Badger. It'll be Hayne controlling the majority and from the start.
Right, boys. Here we go.
We're ready to go as round 9 begins in the National Rugby League. It does so from Brookvale Oval. No breeze to speak of here on the peninsula. Some pretty weary bodies out there in the middle. Dragons going to this near side, of course, without Michael Wayman here tonight, and also Jason Nightingale. Johnny Green slow to his feet here is Ben Cray. One of those backing up represented and did so proudly in the countryside last night. Shared the second row with Glenn Stewart, who he is opposing here tonight. Tackled as Dean Young. Luke Prittis, just a short ball there to Dan Hunt. And reasonable metres in the opening set. The St George Illawarra Dragons. Prittis goes to Hornby. A low trajectory kick down on the first bounce to Ben Farrar. Ben Farrar happily take the low balls. He has come under question with his application to the high balls, which may be a little critical after what was just one nightmare game against the Gold Coast here. Dean Young and John Green involved in the tackle. The last 10 times these two sides have met, Dragons have won 8 of them. Here is Perry, and looking to put a big shot on was Hunt. Brushed off Considerable right shoulder of the former Nova Castrian. As Trent Hodkinson comes down this right corridor, Darius Boyd perfectly positioned at the back and runs into the defensive or chasing side with plenty of go in the legs.
Yeah, your defensive line on your kicks have to be strong against this Dragons team. Their back three like to link. Manly very conservative with their opening set, and I think they will do that in the opening exchanges. I don't think they can afford to really turn the football over. Some of their players, if they do that, will become fatigued quicker, put themselves under pressure as they move up hard in the line. And Costigan.
Big Nev Costigan busting through that left Manly fringe. He's over the 30-metre line. Prittis goes to Young at first receiver. Wider is Hornby, looking to get on the outside of Glenn Stewart. He does, but he's collared, then slammed to the ground by Young Hodkinson. Last tackle for the Red V. They go to Jamie Soward. Plugs it in behind Tony Williams. Is he going to have to make a play at the ball? No, he doesn't. But he gets a leg chop at the end from opposing winger Brett Morris. What a night he had last night.
2 tries for Australia, looking to be the first try scorer in tonight's contest. And Neville Costigan made that break on that right side of the field. I was going to say Glenn Stewart. It was just a Glenn Stewart playing right side of the field last night for country.
Super coaching commentary here tonight. You can make as many references as you want, my friend. Here is Glenn Stewart. Tackled right on the 40-metre line. Oh, awful pass from dummy half from the captain, Jamie Lyon. It was great hands. Great hands from the Eagles. Perry plays it. Cross to 4 and running the inside angle. This time is Anthony Watmoe, and into Dragons territory they go. 4 to Jason King. Great metres and a round of applause from the Hill and Grandstand, packed with Manly fans. 4 and goes to the air. Is it a little too deep? Still an issue. Oh, Darius Boyd, right time, right place. Steve Maddine thinks more than once about dumping him over the sideline there.
Well, they were lucky there, the Dragons. That first touch of the football, he drops it, and I'm sure Manly will continue to put the ball up in the air. He was lucky that Darius Boyd was sweeping in support. But Jason King, a fantastic charge, one of the fresh players in this Manly team. He'll be looking to lead from the front, shows leadership skills tonight as Ben Cray carries the ball forward.
Hit by Shane Rodney, just on the 20-metre line. Bisney open exchanges for Dan Hunt. 4 hit-ups, 2 tackles, inside 4.5 minutes. They go very deep to Jamie Soward. Gave himself a ton of room there, but the ball on first bounce went to Michael Robertson tonight, playing on the left wing.
Yeah, he's a very adaptable winger, Michael Robertson. He was fantastic last night. Great effort from Glennie Stewart. Backing up after playing for country last night. Kick pressure on Jamie Soward. It's a huge part of the Dragons' game. Their ability to find space coming out of trouble with their kicking game. They need to continue to harass Hornby and Soward.
Anthony Watmoe on the right-hand side of the field. That's almost uncharted territory for the man in 11. So strong with Steve Maddine on that left-hand side as Ballon goes to Hodkinson, crabs across field. And in the inside angle is Jason King, tackled on the 30, and this is the last. It worked last time, so 4 and goes again. Gee, plenty of pressure from Michael Robertson, but Michael let an inexperienced right winger tonight for the Dragons. It appears he's going to be in for a busy night.
Yeah, I think that'll be part of the game plan for Manly in that position. Put it up in the air, really test it. Let him hear the footsteps coming. And Manly are really aiming up here in defence. Josh Perry and Watmoe making a great tackle there. Morris.
Ballon and Watmoe in the tackle there as Prittis dance out from dummy half. Loves the short side Luke Prittis. We've seen that in a number of jerseys over the years that he has worn. Soward finally gets boot to ball. First bounce and dropping it, but behind him was Ben Farrar. Very enthusiastic chase there from the Dragons, as it should be early in the game. Here is Williams.
One of the tough things that you have to do in a game, you have to put kick pressure on a side and make them kick under pressure. If you do that, you start your sets in a much better field position. And there's a couple of the Manly stars looking on. Brett Stewart and David Williams.
Looks like Brett's catching up with the Wolfie with the beard too. The unshaven look. It'll take a few weeks too. Here's Jamie Lyon. Punching it down the right corridor. Darius Bourne had to cover a bit of ground there, then hits centre field. Beats the tackle initially of Kieran Foran, but he couldn't beat the tackle of Matt Ballin, who was assisted by Jamie Lyon. This is Michael Lett, who as a junior was outstanding. I saw him probably 8 years ago in the junior state of origin, a curtain raiser for the main game, and he scored, I think it was a hat-trick of tries, and looked to be absolutely anything. But he's been kept down to the top grade. He's been kept down to the top grade. As Matai puts on one of those famous shoulders.
That's a special. That is a Steve Matai special. Dean Young carrying the football and Matai outside in, bang with his shoulder. But Dean Young, tough as teeth, bounces to his feet and continues to play on.
Robertson. Let's take a look at Matai again on Dean Young.
It's great energy from your football team and from your players backing up. It shows a commitment and a bond that you form, not only over the years, but tonight coming into the contest.
Hodkinson, he is through. And collared by Cooper. He gets up and darts again. Good energy. Good vision from the young number 7, Ballin. To Foran. Inside is King. He spits it out the back. Ballin again. This time it's Rodney. Good contact made defensively by Green. Costigan there as well. Centre field. Final play. Jamie Lyon. Tony Williams. Hard to stop. In fact, impossible. The big T-Rex. He opens the scoring here at Brookvale.
Outstanding performance so far from Manly. They are playing with plenty of energy and plenty of enthusiasm. And 2 reasons they got this try. One was through their defence, and the other reason was their kick pressure. Their kick pressure tonight on Jamie Soward has been fantastic. They're receiving the ball in good field position to start their set of 6. They worked it downfield, and Trent Hodkinson, a lovely pass. Lyon was thinking about trying to take the pass. Instead, he let it go, and the big T-Rex over in the corner. It was the start that Manly were after. A highly energised performance from them in the opening 10 minutes.
Jamie Lyon to take the conversion. He's just minus a ball at the moment. It was left in goal. His boot, I speak of Jamie, was the difference last night between Australia and New Zealand with 2 tries apiece. A very difficult night for the goal kickers. Just short of 10 minutes, 4-0. The Eagles have won 7 of their last 9 here at Brookie, but fresh in their mind would be that Monday night performance against the Gold Coast, where the Eagles, Laurie, they look to have done enough.
Well, you have to play for 80 minutes in this competition. You know, you turn the ball over, you don't make the most of your opportunities, and you don't take the opportunities. You invite the opposition back into the contest, and that can happen.
Lyon starts it right, and it doesn't come back, so 4-0 is the scoreline. We've seen Tony Williams cross the line. He is devastating offensively, defensively. A man you rather not run into, as a few guys have found out so far this year. There is an absolute cracker coming up on Brett Finch down at Etihad Stadium. Tamana Tahu. What about this on Finch? He dropped him like a bicycle without a kickstand.
He wouldn't want to be on the receiving end.
First time this year the Dragons have conceded a try inside the opening 10 minutes. Their defence, it has just been first class. That's probably the easiest way to sum it up. Rodney. Hasn't Des Hasler got some minutes in the back row? When you look at Shane Rodney, Anthony Watmo and Glenn Stewart as your back 3 in the scrum. Maddai on his left. Plays the ball right on halfway. Here is Maddai. Unable to get around Neville Costigan. Play the short side, and they do so through Foran. Happy to find the sideline.
Well, if you're a coach, that would be a perfect set after points. You do not want to make a mistake after points. You need to get the football away from your own try line. And given that they've had, or have 8 players backing up from last night, when they can slow the game down when they're in control, that's great awareness from the young halves.
What about the completion rates? 100% in 12 minutes of footy.
Well, you have to do that against the Dragons. You know that your completion rate must be strong. And the Dragons, a poor pass. And there is Hornby being monstered by Anthony Watmo.
Glenn Stewart wasn't far away. Lending his assistance as Ben Cray does the hard yards. Gets it to 10 metres. Solid contact. Gee, the Eagles are really applying the pressure here. They did so on Hunt with plenty of shoulder. This is Prittis. Ridden to the ground by Hodkinson. Cooper at dummy half to Green. Of course, coming off a 38-0 victory over the Sharks in Wollongong last Saturday night. Tara takes it on the chest. The ball drops to ground. No knock on. And the arm wrestle in regards to field position, it is most certainly being won by the Sea Eagles.
I think the Dragons are missing Michael Wayman's go forward. They've got a few forwards missing, the Dragons. And when you play against Manly, you know that you need to be physical. You need to aim up in the middle of the park.
Watmo trying to get on the outside of Jamie Soward. Here is Perry. Green down low, Prittis up high. Difficult assignment to stop as Lyon gets the ball. Again, Grubbers. Is it going to pull up? No, it's not this time. But gee, Brett Morris and Darius Boyd is left-hand side and at the back, very aware of Jamie Lyon's intentions tonight.
Certainly are. They certainly are. Manly playing with a great deal of enthusiasm. I like the impact from Hodkinson, playing his 8th NRL game, backing up. And his decisions tonight have been fantastic. Now he's taken the ball to the line. He's made a half break. He's contributed to a try with a pass. And then his ability to try and run the football on the post tackle there. He's coming up with the right play at the right time.
Here is Hunt. Spits it out the back to Young and now onto Boyd. He is tackled. A gain of 38 metres for the Dragons here. Last play, Soward. Spins it wider. They're going to keep it in hand, are they? This is big Matt Pryor. Out in jersey number 3, of course, playing tonight for Beau Scott. Amazing versatility. Matt Pryor, when you think he's a genuine midfield player, front rower, and can fill in so easily on that right-hand side as we go down for the first time tonight to Simon Wolford.
Yeah, as you said, Andy, a perfect start from both teams. Manly in particular have certainly brought their A-game. Got to give a rap to Jason King in particular. Out to prove, no doubt, a few selectors wrong after his snubbing from the City Country game last night.
It's been outstanding this year. Jason King, his work often goes unnoticed. Matt Cooper is penalised here. 4-0 after 15 minutes in favour of the home side. And this is the reason for the penalty.
Go back, go back.
Well, the Dragons are a little bit slow tonight. Manly is the team that has started well, but we've seen this all season from the Eagles. The challenge for them tonight is to go 80.
Here they go again. They do so through King in jersey number 8. Co-captain this year with Jamie Lyon. Des Hasler needed to put the C next to someone's name after Matt Orford departed for the UK and shared duties here on the peninsula. Side runner is on the field in 15, Brent Kite. Josh Perry getting a rest. The Eagles look for their second. Hodkinson, Farrar, Lyon to Williams. That's a double. Another beautiful backline movement to this right-hand side. And the T-Rex has collected 8 points in 16 minutes.
It was just a well-rehearsed set play. You can see bodies in motion. There was great shape. I thought Hodkinson could have passed the ball to Glenn Stewart. Instead, he went out the back to Farrar. Farrar had the ability to pass under pressure and break out of the tackle from Benny Hornby. Lyon was on the outside of his man, and Tony Williams crosses for the second try of the night. But it's the ability of the Manly forwards to roll the ruck, have a dominant play the ball, and Manly going up against a defensive line which is not set. They're getting short on numbers, and Manly, a highly energised performance so far in the first 17 and a half minutes. The Dragons look to be off the pace.
Michael Wayman, along with Jason Nightingale, watching on, not enjoying what they're seeing so far. Geez, the T-Rex, he's made it difficult for this man so far tonight. Couldn't be any closer to the sideline. Jamie Lyon with his second attempt tonight. Struck this better, coming back, and perfect. It is 10 points to 0 as we go sideline to Simon.
Yeah, well, no doubt a well-rehearsed play there from the Seagulls, stripping the Dragons' left edge of numbers. Benny Hornby came up. He made the right decision. He just needed to stop the ball. He wasn't able to do that, which enabled Jamie Lyon to get on the outside and big T-Rex in the corner. I agree, Loz. Manly Seagulls have hit the ground running, so Dragons, they're off the pace.
Manly have led at half-time in each of the 8 games so far this year. Of course, their 80-minute record is 5 wins, 3 losses as the ball goes back to Glenn Stewart. And they come into this game in 3rd spot on the ladder. Bowen looks left, plays right, does so to the T-Rex. Another one from that famous Cabramatta club in Sydney's western suburbs. Geez, haven't they had some talent come out of there over the last couple of years. A grinding set on tackle number 4. Clark plays it back to Ballon, kicks himself, taken on the chest by Morris. A double last night for Australia. Oh, and that was heavy stuff. And Trent Hodkinson feeling a little average. Very slow back into place. As the Dragons get their first penalty for the night, it's taken almost a quarter of the game.
Well, they needed this, the Dragons. They were paddling. Hodkinson has put his body on the line tonight. His defence has been outstanding.
Tell you what is also outstanding, Loz. No errors in 20 minutes of football. Completion rates, the Eagles 10 from 10, the Dragons 8 from 8. But who's had the football? Well, almost 60% has been in the hands of the home side. Luke Priddis claiming some unnecessary contact there. A little high as Ben Gray takes it to the line. Tackled by Hodkinson and Lyon over the top. Then they go short side, out the back to Darius Boyd. Now to Brett Morris, who looked up and saw the try line before he would secure the footy.
First error of the night. And it's the Dragons who make the first error. A little short side raid. It was well rehearsed. He was in some space, Morris. There you can see Tony Williams being attracted to a Dragons player. Darius Boyd just sweeping around the back. Unfortunately for young Morris, he couldn't hold the football.
Already 11 club tries so far this year in 8 games. Leading try scorer in the NRL. In fact, has scored 35 tries in his last 28 games. Wow. Hodkinson to Farrar. Involving himself heavily, taking a little bit of the pressure off there, off Kieran Foran, who Played in the halves for the Kiwis last night. Here is Brent Kite. Improved performance from his first month of footy, probably, in his last game against South Sydney. Hodkinson to Shane Rodney, former Penrith Panther, just settled things down up towards the 40. Maddie moves into dummy half. Over the 40 he goes. Pushes off a couple, then squeezes it to Stewart. Now to Lyon and Tony Williams. He is looking for number 3. Gee, a great show of strength defensively there. Is that Brett Morris underneath the big fella? It certainly is. Stewart at first receiver. Hodkinson running back into the meat of the Dragons' defence, and that was the final play. Good scrambling, good defence from St George Illawarra.
It was great scramble defence there by the Dragons because Manly had them shot. And Jamie Lyons and Tony Williams are finding themselves in plenty of space. To give you an indication of, the dominance of this Manly side at the moment is the fact that the Dragons haven't conceded 2 first-half tries this season. They've conceded 2 after 20 minutes, and there could have been a third when they had the football then.
In fact, they've conceded only 12 tries in 8 games. It's average of 1.5, even by my maths, per game. Number 1 in the NRL. 25 missed tackles per game only. Number 1 in the NRL. No surprise they are sitting at number 1 in the NRL. However, they trail 10 points to 0. Trent Merrin is on the field for Dean Young, who played 46 minutes in a 2-try haul for country last night in Port Macquarie. There's Neville Costigan after a late start to the year in his 4th game here tonight. Curtis to be Johnny Green. A disappointing night with his hands in Wollongong last Saturday night. Playing with the first receivers there as the ball continues. Brett Morris looking to put some pressure on along with Matt Cooper. And they wrap up the fullback and do so nicely in Ben Farrar.
Well defended there by Manly. They know that the Dragons love coming down their left side. That's their strength with Darius Boyd and Matt Cooper and Brett Morris. And now they give away a penalty, the Dragons.
You're in no man's land. You're in between. Yeah, but you didn't get there.
But they're just pushing forward, Manly, holding and then sliding and giving the Dragons some room to the edge. They're using the sideline as a defender.
Now, we've seen players with Larry boots over the course of 2010, but what about this man, the Badge? G. Badger. He's got the Reddies on tonight.
Players can do it, so can the refs.
The Badge. Here is Rodney. Developed into a very consistent footballer under Des Hasler. Not that he wasn't at Penrith for those years. His game maturing. 16 is Big Matty Cross. Crossfield come the Eagles. Back to this Money side of the field. And Money, well, it's all been on Tony Williams with a double so far tonight as Glenn Stewart goes centre field. Links with Brent Kite. Final tackle here. Can the Dragons hold on? Hodkinson rubbers through. Great awareness in the line by the Dragons. As Darius Boyd, should be no surprise.
Probably his only mistake so far in the game, Hodkinson. The execution wasn't great. I thought they had the numbers to the right side of the field, and Glenn Stewart would be disappointed because he was calling for the ball. There was a 4-on-3 situation. The ball went out the side of the field.
Ricky Thorby on. John Green off. Green in 14, but played starting minute football with Michael Wayman, a late addition from this side. Nice ball from Cray, out the back to Boyd, who twice bumps off Jamie Lyon, heads over the 40-metre line. That's Cross in 16, Kite in 15. Some kilos off the bench for Desi Hasler, isn't there? And downfield we go. A little closer to Tony Williams than it was Ben Farrar. This left-hand side, they would be pretty happy if Ben Hornby Jamie Soward decided to kick to the other side of the field because the sight of Tony Williams running back into it in third or fourth gear, not that appealing over the course of an hour and a half.
This is a good challenge for the Dragons, being 10 points down against a Manly team which has been physical. They've been very dominant. They've been playing with plenty of energy. The Dragons have been off the pace. It's a good challenge. Usually they like to get to the lead and grind the opposition down.
Watmo, recipient of a nice ball from Kieran Foran. Soward and Pryor affecting the tackle. Hodkinson gets a bit of this one. It goes straight into the arms of Brett Morris. Second generation footballer, gets it back to within a couple of the 30-metre line. Just short a half hour gone, 2 tries to nil, 10 points to nil in favour of the home side. This is Thorby over the 40. Again they play left. Hornby played a little bit of eyes up there, had a look at Glenn Stewart and thought he could get on the inside. A quick play the ball, sees the Dragons get their third penalty of the night. They've made 19 more tackles than their opposition, 3 sets of 6.
It was an unlucky penalty there.
Yeah, wasn't it?
The foot did touch the football. He interfered with the play of the ball. It wasn't intentional, but this gives the Dragons their best opportunity of the night to try and register some points. They haven't had field position. They haven't been able to start sets in the attacking zone, but now they get their opportunity.
Dan Hunt off. Nick Emmett on for the Dragons, who are on tackle number 2. Michael Leonard dummy half, 13 metres from the try line. Steps left, steps right, runs into the former Tamworth boy in Rodney. 10 metres out, Prittis going to Hornby, wider to Cray. Defensively well read by the young halfback in Hodkinson. And a penalty here, another one. Late in the count.
Wait, Luke, what are you doing?
Leg pull the reason there. Can Manly hold off as Prittis dummies and goes himself and gets to within a metre. Back and deep. That was Hornby to Cray. Still within a couple. Hornby. Inside wing, looking for Neville Costigan. He finds him. And Costigan runs straight into Ballon and Hodkinson. Wide again as Ben Hornby now to Jamie Soward, who juggles, bumps off one, steps, but still can't get the ball free. That is tackle number 4 for the Red V. Now 15 metres from the try line. How good is this Manly defence? Pryor unable to shake off Michael Robertson. Last tackle. Soward, the left footer, is the go-to man. Jamie Lyon flies high. Matt Cooper's got the ball. Has he got it down? The answer is no.
This is going to be 1. Take it out and play it. All the way back to Shane.
The defence in that set of 6 was excellent, but now they have to do it all over again.
That was 10 tackles so far. So far, the Eagles have been on their heels. Some second phase football to Prittis, who dummies the inside runner before being grabbed by Watmo, secured by Rodney. Costigan moves into dummy half. Looking for the 17 in Thorby, plays behind him to Hornby, now to Cray. Poor Trent Hodkinson almost has a target on his chest for Ben Cray tonight, because that's where the representative second rower continues to run. This is great defence from the 13 in Maroon. Still going. In fact, 6 again. Have we a try?
Give me a chance, give me a chance. Mate, this will be 6 more. Just check what happens in that play the ball there.
Anthony Watmo, he convinced the Badge to take a look at this.
Yeah, well, he wasn't going to, Gavin Badger. Anthony Watmo was claiming that he only touched the arm. He didn't touch the football. Give us a look. No, he touched the football. He touched the football. He made a good case until we went to the video evidence, Your Honour.
Great case. Trent Merrin collecting his second for the year, we believe.
He had me believing, Anthony Watmo, then, that he didn't touch the football.
I'd love to tell you it was a face that looks like I wouldn't tell you a little fib, but I'd be fibbing myself. Checking the grounding, you know what that means. Our video ref is Paul Simpkins. I reckon we're green lighting here, Laurie.
There's no argument here, Andy.
It is a try. Just to the edge of the uprights too. Young Trent Merrin, who has been one of the standouts in the NYC over the last couple of years. A big, tough, young unit. They can certainly produce in this footy club, can't they, when you look at the production line of front rowers, current and past.
Very good at churning them out. Trent Merrin, he has a big future at this club and in the NRL. And the Dragons haven't been anywhere near their best. They've been under pressure, but that's what they do. They absorb pressure. Good teams, great teams absorb pressure, and then they respond. And they've been able to do that.
Can't get enough of this pre-kick routine. Just love it. It is 10 points to 6 under 10 minutes remaining in this opening half as we go sideline to Simon.
Yeah, field position and possession evening up after that exchange of play from the St George Illawarra Dragons. The Seagulls, they were doing everything right, and a couple of cheap penalties put themselves under all sorts of pressure. And I'm sure Coach Des Hasler has got the message out to keep their discipline.
Is Desi thinking second half already?
No, I think he'd be very happy with his performance, or his team's performance so far. He's just looking for them to continue on, get to the break, and still be in front. I think they've done enough to be in front.
I agree. In fact, both sides have played with plenty. Just one error apiece. Completion rates absolutely outstanding. And over the last couple of minutes, it has really swung possession. Control of the football has swung in favour of the visitors.
And let's not forget that they have got 8 players backing up after last night. Whether that will take a toll in the final 8 minutes of this half.
Opportunistic try to Trent Merrin. He was right time, right place, and showed the energy and the awareness that he had to. But I want to give a rap to the Eagles' defence. They held on for the best part of 14 or 15 tackles, and were looking excellent up until a drop ball and a bit of a scramble opened up the door for the Dragons. This is Stevie Maddow.
This is where they need to lift their intensity again, Manly. They had it for the first 30 minutes. The Dragons have responded, and when opposition teams get a try, go into your shell somewhat. The Dragons pick up all the energy, but they need to respond and match it here, the Eagles.
Right on halfway, the ball is played back to Hodkinson, now to Stewart, to Lyon, in fact a bypass line, and went to Tony Williams, and brushes off one, couldn't brush off the tackle of Matt Cooper. To Hodkinson on the final play, he goes midfield. Who's there from the Dragons? The answer was no one. Jamie Soward has somehow come out the other side with it. Wow.
Well, there looked to be plenty of numbers for Manly around the football, but somehow Jamie Soward found himself with the football in his hands. And when he gets the football like that against a staggered defence, he's very dangerous. He's got plenty of speed. He's capable of running the length of the field. It was a tackle that needed to be made.
Boyd out of dummy half there. 17 runs for 143 metres last week, but still no tries in 2010 for the St George Illawarra number 1. Soward plays it safe, plugs it into the in-goal area. Oh, just one roll on it, much to the relief of Ben Farrar. A few nervous moments for the Eagles fullback.
That looked like an excellent kick from Jamie Soward. He rolled the dice, Benny Farrar. The last roll went over the sidelines. But they've certainly picked up their energy leading into half-time, the Dragons. A bit of possession. And all of a sudden, it's the Eagles. working it away from their own red zone.
The Eagles have won 5 of their last 6 games. The last 3 have been decided by 8 points or less. I think we're going to be in for another thriller here at Brookie tonight as Matt Cross takes it over the 40-metre line, tackled by Thorby and also the 16 Nera. Last tackle now for the home side, a gain of 36 metres. Half-time can't come soon enough for the 11 players backing up from last night. Boyd wasn't one of them. Well positioned at the back again. 11 hit-ups so far for Darius Boyd tonight. The most of anyone on his side. Second is Ben Cray with 10. Here is Lett.
I think Desi Hasler's been very smart with his interchanges tonight. He hasn't made a great deal. He's only, in fact, made 3. I think he'll be looking to save a few in the second half.
Oh, another big shot. And guess who? It was shoulders Matai.
He bounces in. He can pull off a shot, Stevie Matai.
Soward pumps it over the top, looking for Morris, but doesn't get the bounce.
I don't know whether that was the great kick Jamie Soward has produced. I know what he was trying to do, but with 3.5 minutes to go before half-time, I don't think that's the kick you want. You want the ball down the other end of the field and make the opposition start to feel a little bit nervous bringing the ball off their own line close to half-time, because they are a little bit more conservative and playing for time. But now they get a scrum, good field position, and it just invites a good side back, not back into the game, but to take control of the game once again.
Here's Stewart taking on a front rower's role there. No nonsense from Glenn on that occasion. There's Cross over the line for his 5th hit up of this evening. Des Hasler has only used the 15 players so far. No Joe Malagau. Also no Chris Bailey. And the ball has been deemed there to have been thrown forward. Folks on the hill don't agree, as you can hear.
That's what he gets paid. That's what he gets paid to do. Make him.
He was standing right in line with it.
Let's go.
Bit of talk from the Eagles. The Dragons seem a little weary. Listening to the microphone on our referee, Shane Hayne. There's Pryor playing out the back to Boyd. Looked to try and stand up line, and Hodkinson decided the ball was better in the hands of Morris, and he is tackled on the 40-metre line. 2 minutes to the break. Cooper from dummy half. It's a big set of 6 here, isn't it, for the Eagles? Just rolling forward. Prittis taking the line on himself. Cross and also Watmo involved in the tackle, trying to slow it down. Mid-count now to Jamie Soward. Not far off a hospital ball, that one. Costigan played a good opening 40 minutes, Neville. 18 tackles, 8 hit-ups. Back to the number 6. He pops it over the top, looking for Darius Boyd, who knocks it on. Williams bumps off one. No advantage to the Sea Eagles with just on 60 seconds remaining in the half. Play the ball will be Manly's, and a pretty conservative set of 6, I reckon it will be too.
I think you're right there, Andy. It was a good option by the Dragons. Darius Boyd chasing through.
Williams. There's Perry. A few issues with the clock here at Brookvale. What made him that high? Each one. Couldn't beat the second line that included Neville Costigan. Matt Pryor was bumped off there. Ballon looking for the inside runner. This time it was Cross. Again, it's Neville Costigan. Hodkinson Lugs it downfield. A kick that did find touch, but probably without the depth that Trent would have liked in a perfect world.
Yeah, although I think you can be happy with that kick, finding touch, take the seconds off the clock, walk to the scrum, and then maybe have 2 or 3 tackles maximum heading into half-time.
Laurie, you've done it on many occasions, but how difficult is the second half, 24 hours after playing a rep game?
Well, you certainly
is
feel
the second half so much tougher than the first?
Yeah. It definitely is. I mean, you become fatigued and you become tired, and all of a sudden now they've turned the football over here, and Manly looking to form the scrum.
Now,
man, off the clock.
That is the quickest packed scrum in rugby league history.
They got there quick, didn't they?
Didn't they?
I suppose they didn't have to move too far.
Fair enough.
Let's go, Dragons. Come on.
Now the Dragons taking their time with 15 seconds left on the clock. A field goal. Doesn't appear the Eagles are set for that. They go to Farrar. Takes it to the line and almost pops his head through. Great defence again, Costigan. This is the final play of the opening half. Hodkinson grubbers through, taken by Hornby, who passes back to Darius Boyd. Oh, Boyd is collared by Tony Williams. Did it look worse than it was? The referees say it did. Boyd gets up, fuming.
Darius.
Wow. A testing final couple of seconds of the opening 40 minutes. There's a bit of feeling in this one, folks. Hope you're enjoying the action on Fox Sports. Simon Wolford, plenty of noise as the players make their way past you to the dressing rooms.
Yeah, the crowd really getting behind their Manly Seagulls team, and they're going to need to in this second half. Pretty perfect first half from both teams. I think the coaches will be reasonably happy. Manly coach Tess Hasler will be asking his team for another 40 minutes of effort, while Wayne Bennett, I think, will be asking his team for a little bit more than they produced in the first half. And I think if they can do that, they should run a tired Manly team down late in this game.
Great 40 minutes of football. This is first and third in the NRL. It is live on Fox Sports, and we'll be back with the opening half highlights after the break. Just one game of NRL football on round 9 of Super Saturday, but what a game it is. The Manly Warringah Seagulls, the St George Illawarra Dragons. After 40 minutes of footy, it is 10 points to 6. Tony Williams, as we just saw, he is the wrecker for the Eagles. Ben Cray, second game in 24 hours, Laurie.
Yeah, he's gone looking for the ball tonight, Benny Cray. You know, he stationing himself out there on that left side of the field, and at times he's been criticised for not going in and receiving it, but that's the style that the Dragons play. You know, they want him stationed on that left side of the field. The ball comes that side of the field quite a bit. Shane Rodney, I think he's been close to best player on the field.
He's in a star-studded back row with Anthony Watmough and Glenn Stewart, but it's Rodney leading the way tonight. Still no breeze here at Brookvale Oval as the second half begins. Coming into tonight, the Dragons 7 wins, 1 loss. They lead the competition. Manly in third with 5 wins, 3 losses. How much will fatigue be a factor, especially for the Eagles with 8 players backing up? Coming to this left-hand side in a turnover in the opening set. The opening 30 seconds. Anthony Watmough looking for a ball there. Ricky Thorby just settles things down. Just 16 metres out from the try line. The Eagles' defence has been outstanding tonight. Plenty of whack from Chris Bailey there. Oh, Jamie Soward slow to his feet. Prittis. He finds Merrin, the try scorer for the Dragons tonight. Prittis, deep and left is Hornby. Back to Boyd, very aware on that side of the field was Jamie Lyon. Chest on chest defence and slamming Dragons fullback to the ground, and he is hurt. Hornby, inside runner, still going and within 4 metres. This is the final play. Playing it as Thorby. Back to Hornby, now to Soward. A long cut-out ball to Michael Lett. Last play, and Lett goes to ground with it.
They read that very well, Manly. They numbered up. They were urgent with their defence. They pushed across hard. When he stepped up on the inside Lett, there were Manly jumpers in the frame.
Some injury concerns for the Seagulls. For the half-time report, let's go sideline to Simon Woolford.
Yeah, as expected, both coaches very happy with their team. Des Hasler just wanted his team to stick to the structures, don't waver from what they did in the first 40 minutes. Wayne Bennett just wanted his team to keep competing. Did mention the fact that he thought his team got the better of the Seagulls in that last 15 minutes, and he's very confident that his team's fitness will bring them home late in this game. On the injury front, as you said, Andy, Kieran Foran, a torn hamstring in one of the last plays of that first half. He won't be back. Expect Glenn Stewart to play the majority of this half in the halves.
Couple of the big boys shaping up centre field in Ricky Thorby and Josh Perry. It was Neville Costigan, though, who put the big shoulder in, I think, to the Australian interchange forward. Deep kick down from the Eagles. Michael Lett taking it just 9 metres out from his own line. He makes 10 before being greeted by a united Eagles line on that chase.
It's going to make it more difficult for Manly in the second half with no Kieran Foran when he runs the football. He's very dangerous. And I think this is a Manly player down in the background. I think it might be Hodkinson.
It is Hodkinson, and he is in a deal of pain, having already lost their 6. Are they going to be without their 7? Back to Soward. Wide, left, on the first bounce. Still going, and finally tackled is Nick Emmett. Last tackle now, Lett to Soward. Plenty of depth. Here comes Hornby on the way through, but beautifully taken at the back by Ben Farrar. And Trent Hodkinson still down on the field, and the Eagles are pleading with officials to blow time off. They do.
Right there.
I'm going, mate.
They want it stopped, boys. Short trainers.
Oh! I'm not going to say another word because I could feel that.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's grabbing his stomach. I think there may be something in there. Hopefully it resumes norm. Oh, he's bashed in the berries, poor Trent. He's back to his feet. A slight limp. We can understand.
Don't go early.
And back into the line he goes. Gee, that was courageous defence from a 12-man Manly outfit again there.
Well, they pride themselves on defence, both these two.
He was overrun there by Josh Perry. Still plenty of enthusiasm, as you would expect from this Manly outfit, who lead by 4. Chris Bailey. Is he the player that has moved into the role of 6, or will it be Glenn Stewart? Allen out of dummy half. Gets a heap of this ball, but beautifully positioned Brett Morris on that left-hand side. Almost playing a 2 fullback, a left-right type role with Darius Boyd. As Cooper, showing no signs of a calf issue, muscles it over the halfway line. The inside runner here is Merrin.
He lost it because you went there, mate.
Penalty against the Eagles. The penalty count now 5-2 now. The Eagles concede more penalties than anyone else, but they are improving. They really push the limits post-tackle on the ground. It's something Des Hasler very aware of. It's something he's comfortable with because quite often when the penalty isn't blown, that defensive dominance is a reason they're winning footy games. Oh, Darius Boyd.
It's been a big part of his game this year, Darius Boyd, his catch and pass. On this occasion, he just didn't quite have it. He tried to transfer it out of the hands quickly. It was the right option, but unfortunately there was no control there. Turns the ball over, and Manly, after being under pressure, work the ball off their own, or out of their own red zone, and Matty Ballin out of dummy half. A tremendous scoot.
Right on halfway, he'll play the ball, and the Eagles get a penalty in the grandstand. They stand as one. Applauding the decision of the men in pink.
Well, in this situation, when you have hold of a leg, you have to let it go. You have to let it go before you get to the ground. Before you get off the ground, sorry. Otherwise, you lift, you let go, they fall over, you run the risk of having a penalty against your team.
Josh Perry winding up for the ball here. Takes it forward in his 199th game. His 57th with this club after debuting with the Knights. That cross wrestle to the ground. Ballin now to dummy half, has got plenty of options here. Decides to use Chris Bailey. Wasn't the lead runner there. Ballin back to Hodkinson. He is secured. Monster is probably a more accurate description there from Ben Cray. Still a couple of metres out from the reward line. Stewart playing up the back to Ben Farrar, who bumps off a couple. Still going Ben Farrar to the line. An incredible solo try.
Tackle 5, Simo. Just want to Joe check, see whether there's any obstruction, mate. Rounding's fine.
Benny Farrar, outstanding. Was there illegal assistance?
Well, he's given the huge responsibility, Ben Farrar, filling in for the injured Brett Stewart. You can just see him there receiving it out from behind Jamie Lyon, and then he just bounces out of tackles and heads back infield, and I think this will be okay. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I don't think there's anyone impeded. I don't think it was a run around.
Did Jamie Lyon keep Matt Cooper from having a crack there defensively?
I don't think so.
I think it's good. Paul Simpkins is the opinion that matters. And if we're looking at the grounding, I would suggest there's no issue with obstruction. You'll know by the roar. Manly's third try. They lead 14 points to 6. Kick to come here at Brookvale.
It's a good response from the Manly team. Getting down the other end of the field at the back of a penalty, and all of a sudden going to the right side of the field, and Ben Farrar, who possesses plenty of speed, was able to bounce out of tackles, move infield, and the spaces were opening up with the Dragons' defensive line, and that was the start they required. In a tight game, grab your opportunities.
Jamie Lyon just off centre here. No issues, 16 points to 6 in favour of the Eagles as we go sideline with Simon.
Yeah, just what the Sea Eagles needed straight after half-time. Just an update on young Kieran Foran, the hamstring strain. Not too bad, but the fact that he's backed up 24 hours from that game last night, they're not prepared to risk him, and he won't be back tonight.
That is a big blow for the Eagles. What a positive that individual try from Ben Farrar was. His 4th for the season. Mid-season player swap last year with Michael Barney from North Queensland. I think both have improved for the change. Buckled over backwards there. And strong Dragons tackle, Dan Hunt and also Ricky Thorby. Dual premiership winner in Josh Perry over the 40-metre line. Just tackle number 4. These are pretty good metres. Right on halfway, Ballin is tackled. Bailey into dummy half. Hodkinson takes it straight down the centre of the field. A nice bounce for Boyd. He flicks it up and offers Brett Morris a chance with the football. Beat the initial tackle of Glenn Stewart. Dragons have had more of the football than their opponents here. Their opponents have done more with it. The Eagles 3 tries to 1 up. Cooper for the 6th time tonight, taking it forward. There's Hunt. Under halfway. 10th time tonight, Big Dan has carted the ball forward. This is Michael Lett. Last tackle right now for the Dragons. To Ben Hornby. Oh, an awkward kick and straight down the throat of Farrar at the back. Gets on the outside of Pryor. What a defensive lunge from the big number 3. He deserved that tackle, Matt Pryor. Showed plenty. But the Eagles are on a roll. The meters are easier. Bailey. Down low was Green. Over the top was Hunt. Wide to Hodkinson. And they've got numbers here, the Eagles. Stewart. Out to the T-Rex. Brett Morris. Almost took his top off in stopping him. But if that's what you've got to do, that's what you've got to do. Perry out the back. Good awareness shown by Steve Maddon. Jamie Soward and Matt Pryor take the Kiwi number 4 to the ground. What made a dummy half to Hodkinson. He pumps it straight up in the air. Allowed to bounce. Oh, and for the Dragons, it was a good one. Boyd back on the inside to Morris. Tried to spin out of the tackle of Jamie Lyon. He couldn't.
Well, lucky there, the Dragons, letting it bounce. I thought they may have directed a few more bombs to Michael Lett. They targeted him early, and they've gone away from it.
Early minutes, it looked like it was going to be a tough night at the office for Michael Lett. Hunt netting a solid walk. Squeezes it out the back to Young, who gets it on to Soward. And now to Hornby playing a little wider. Around the back and touched by Jamie Lyon. So 6 again is the ruling. Matt Cooper playing it back to Soward. The 18 is Michael Greenfield, seeing his first action for the night, replacing Trent Merrin. This is Green. Keep in mind the Dragons, they are without Bo Scott, who's stuck on 99 career goals. Also without Jeremy Smith, Jared Saffy, Nathan Feen, and tonight Michael Wayman and Jason Nightingale.
Missing from both sides.
Certainly.
And you need depth in this competition if you're the challenge for the title. Dean Young out of dummy half, plays to Ben Hornby.
Out of Darius Boyd, Grubbers through, pressure on the back, nicely secured by Michael Robertson.
He's improved as a footballer,
hasn't he?
I mean, he's an adaptable player too. Played on the right side of the field last night. Plays on the left side for Manly. No worries. And here he comes again, charging the football forward. There's not much of him, but he puts his body on the line with every carry.
Matt Pryor slow to his feet after colliding with one of his teammates there and perhaps rolling an ankle as he limps back into position. Hodkinson goes downfield, straight to Morris. And a penalty here for putting the halfback and kicker on his backside illegally.
In the air, mate.
Well, if you do this type of play, leave the ground or back yourself into the kicker and make contact, they will penalise you. If you're going to apply kick pressure, you have to be making an attempt to tackle the man.
It doesn't even have to be a tackle, it's an attempt, isn't it?
Yes.
Basically arms out.
Arms out. Looking to wrap around the body.
16-6. Penalty goal? Answer's no. They're going to play on and they do so through co-captain Jason King. Just over 26 remaining, a 10-point difference. Bailey, Farrar, set upon. A little terrier there in the form of Jamie Soward. Now it's Shane Rodney's turn. He does so for the 17th time tonight. Take possession of the football. Run around, Bowen and Perry out the back to Hodkinson. Stepped and almost got there. Within 3 metres, Ballon. Bailey. Can the Dragons hold on much longer? This is the final play. Hodkinson is right. That's where they go. Rubbers through. wasn't there, wasn't it?
Check the dead ball line.
Let's go to the video. I thought there was a knock on early. I thought everyone was playing slow.
Well, I thought that Manly knocked the ball forward, but was it a drag and knocking it back? But I've been impressed with the halfback tonight, Hodkinson, backing up, toughing it out, and coming up with some great moments for his team and decisions and plays. You know, knew he had to roll it into the end goal. Well, I think that's a hand from Benny Hornby. Now, does he knock it back into the end goal before he goes out? This could be a miracle.
That is brilliant, Jamie Lyon.
This could be an absolute miracle. I think this is going to be a try, and if it is...
Did Tony Williams get his hand to it first?
I think it's simultaneous, if anything. No, Williams gets his hand. This will be a remarkable try from the Eagles. Jamie Lyon not giving up on a play. He's knocked that back. He doesn't knock it forward. In my eyes, he is not outside the field of play. He is not on the line. And Tony Williams' hands on the football, and Manly.
Brilliant.
Never giving up on the play, Jamie Lyon. And it is a try.
Wow. Look at the smile on the faces. Don't they love beating the Dragons here? And Tony Williams may be rewarded or awarded the 4 points, but 3 of them belong to Jamie Lyon. What about this?
Well, it's an outstanding kick from Hodkinson, and Jamie Lyon, the skipper, leading from the front, never giving up on that play. And it just goes to show, if you're willing to put the effort in, you can get rewards for it. And Jamie Lyon, he may do this another 10 times and may not get the same outcome, but if you consistently are aware and play to the whistle and compete for everything on the ground, you will get results like that, and that is remarkable. And Tony Williams, a hat-trick.
He's almost embarrassed, the big T-Rex. He's got a smile on the face as he went back into that corner of his, preparing for the kickoff. Southeast corner of Brookvale Oval. The adoring fans gave him a standing ovation. They haven't made it easy for Jamie Lyon tonight in regards to goal kicking. I guess when your right winger scores a hat-trick, rarely is the goal kick going to be from too close to the posts. Of course, they're coming off a 30-22 win over the Rabbitohs last start, looking to post successive wins here, the Eagles. And Jamie Lyon has helped them along. 22 points to 6 and a hat-trick to big Tony Williams. What a hat-trick it's been as well.
Yeah, he grabbed 2 in the first half. And again, he didn't really have to do a great deal, but the big fella has been in the right spot at the right time. He's happy. I think you're right. I think he's saying with him, I've scored 3 tries, but I've probably had to run 10 metres.
Take them while they're there. 16-point difference. Still 25 minutes of footy to go. There is enough time for the Dragons. The roll and the momentum is all the Eagles. A turnover, mid-count. Cooper to play the ball on the 0 tackle. Just lacking, we agree, Laurie, that authority in the middle without Michael Wayman, without a hard nut like Jeremy Smith as well. Sauer. To Boyd. Dummy to Lett. Did very well not to go into touch there. Darius Boyd. One-on-one with Michael Robinson. Robinson calls for assistance. Chris Bailey and Anthony Watmo were there within a second. Tackle 3. Wide as Young at first receiver. Onto Greenfield. Now to within 6 metres. The Eagles well spread. Spacing is good defensively. Left again. Hornby run around. Was it played at by the Eagles? Was it touched? Answer's no. It's Cooper. Cooper tries to get to the line. Did he get there?
Badge, check.
We're going back to Paul Simpkins.
Grounding, mate.
Well, there's plenty of bodies round for Manly. Not quite sure the body language that Matty Cooper's giving off out there at this stage. He doesn't look convinced that he scored a try, but you can see Glennie Stewart, Farrar, Tony Williams, and then Jamie Lyon.
Well, there's the ball.
Starts to get in there and help out.
Oh, how are you going to tell there? See the ball.
Oh, no.
No, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And that was close, but you're not going to get 4 points.
Outstanding urgency on your try line.
We'll be going back.
Great.
Yeah, it was great defence again from the Eagles, and not for the first time tonight. No try, the ruling. Much to the delight of the partisan crowd here at Brookie.
Bring it back here. Bring it back. Last tackle.
Back 10 metres we go. Last tackle. Jamie Soward is their go-to. And here we go. Across field. Punch back. Still the last play. Soward's going to get a second kick on this if he chooses. It's his third touch of the play. He pumps it through. Sits nicely. Has Tony Williams had an air swing?
Off you. You last. 20. Off him last. No, I don't need to. No, put on the dead ball line.
I'm right, Badge. I'm right, mate, whenever you are.
Well, he's confident,
Isn't he?
Badge, that he's made the correct call. To us, it looked close, but he's in a better position than where we are. Tony Williams, does he miss it? Does he take it dead? He certainly misses it. Oh.
Or you'd have to slow that down frame by frame as it touched the grass before it's touched the line.
He was confident.
It was Bailey and Watmo in the changing passes.
He probably made the right decision, but I thought he may have.
We'll go back to that shortly. For a look. We'll see out this set of 6 from the Eagles. The final play, a gain of 36 metres. Hodkinson, midfield bomb. Darius Boyd takes it, does so nicely, bumps off Watmo, tries to get past Robinson and also Bailey, but can't.
He's looked dangerous tonight, Darius Boyd, but he just hasn't found himself in any space. He's been able to beat defenders.
Try or not? Does it touch? Oh. Does it touch the grass before the line?
I think it may have, but that's in slow motion.
Dragons fans sitting here watching this live thinking they've been robbed, and the Eagles fans saying, of course, it was a great decision. As Dean Young plugs it downfield to Ben Farrar, and a really narrow chase there from the Eagles. It was led by Young and also Morris, but they were on the left side of the field as we go down sideline with Simon.
Gee, that was a brave decision from Gavin Badger. For mine, that was benefit of the doubt try. Just interesting to note, Laurie, you talked about Des Hasler's use of the interchange late in that first half. Still has Joe Nullarbor on the sideline at 60 minutes into this game and hasn't taken any part at all in this game so far, which I find rather weird considering they have 8 backing up. Maybe he's just going to ask Joe for one big effort with around 15 minutes to go to finish out this game for the Eagles.
Steve Maddai injured himself last night in the test match and is limping again after spending some time with the trainer here. As Hodkinson goes deep with the ball. It's the smart play from the Eagles. They're playing composed footy with 20 minutes remaining. 16-point game. The Dragons are going to get back into this one. They need to do it now.
And that's been the biggest challenge and the biggest question mark over the Dragons. When they're behind, can they change it up? Can they do something different with the football? And at the moment, they're still going through their structures and they're not going away from it. And here's Darius Boyd with a run. But whether it's good enough to beat sides when they're in front? That's the big question. And when they're chasing things.
Hornby to Soward. It was off the Eagles, was it? Played at or not? It was played at by Manly, so a St George Illawarra scrum here with 19 to go. No urgency to pack the scrum. Played at?
He may have touched the Steve Matai shoulder coming in to make a tackle, but I think, you know, the referees have adjudicated like that all season. If you're going in to make a tackle, regardless of whether it was intentional or not, any contact is deemed to be played at.
Stay here, Chris, on the whistle, mate. Head down, Jason. Head down, stay there, Chris.
Here you go, the Dragons. They do so through Nick Emmett. Brought to the club by Wayne Bennett when Bennett moves south. Oh, Boyd. Jason King wanted a little bit of that. It's the 20th hit up tonight for Darius Boyd. Offensively busier than anyone else on the paddock tonight.
Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him.
Young playing that dummy half role with Luke Prittis off the field. Hornby, the defence, really blitzing there, up right in his face on reception. Green taking it to the line. What a tackle from King. Final play, going to Hornby. Tries to grub her through. Stopped by the legs of Hodkinson. Picked up by the hands of Rodney.
That's outstanding defence from Manly. Their line speed was terrific. We were wondering whether Manly would have the energy to run out the game. But all the indications are there that they will have energy for the full 80 minutes because up until now, they've been fantastic.
Joe Nullarbor about to get his first touch of footy. It's taken 63 minutes. Shane Rodney getting a break. What a game Rodney has played. 30 tackles, 18 hit-ups. He leads both counts for the Eagles. So it's a big kick from Chris Bailey in 17 as well. Morris doing it again. He's had limited opportunities, largely because the chasing side from the Eagles has been so effective.
And they've presented numbers each time the back three of the Dragons have returned the football. And it's a sign of energy and it's a sign of enthusiasm. And you need to have it. It's got to be there every week. And Manly are doing it tonight. Because I thought he lost the ball there. Benny Cray.
You thought right.
No. He lost control of it. No. Well, he's got to control the footy. What was that, Simo?
You can see the frustration on the faces of the Dragons. I think Ben Cray may have a case there. I know his ball security was poor, but there was certainly arms in there.
Yeah, there was. There was an arm in there from Joey Nullarbor, and we've seen in the past that if your arms are anywhere near the football and it comes out, your pings. Would have been lucky there. Unlucky.
Stewart from the base of the scrum picks it up to Farrar. Then the line now to Williams. Morris in open field has done a good job limiting the metres and limiting the destruction of Tony Williams. Inside 30. Second tackle now for Manly. They lead by 16. They've led at every break so far this year. It's their second halves that on 3 occasions have let them down. As we saw Steve Matai getting that left ankle strapped. The ball went forward. Short interchange of passing there from the Sea Eagles.
Stay bound. Once you've got a lock, boys, you need a lock. Stay bound.
Cramp has certainly set in for a few of the players out there. Ben Cray almost doing laps across the field there to try and run out. Issues with his calves. There's Pryor. The bigger man absolutely muscled there by Chris Bailey. There's Dan Hunt. Hunt backing himself towards the 30-metre line. Time is fast running out for the Dragons, should I say. A real good performance from Manly tonight.
Oh, been excellent.
Because whilst they haven't been spectacular, the Dragons haven't been poor. Boyd now to Soward, who was deep and right. Here is Pryor on the outside to Michael Lett. What a tackle from Michael Robertson. Showed him the sideline, gave him the opportunity, and then hustle.
I've just been impressed with the way that they've defended Manly all over the paddock tonight. You know, their forwards, with a few of them backing up tonight, they've been tight. They've been relentless. They've pushed forward. They've worked hard from marker. The tight defenders haven't been too loose. Their edge defenders are making some good decisions. They're knowing when they can jam in. They're knowing when they can slide when they're under a bit of pressure. It's been a tremendous performance by them. You know, the Dragons have found themselves off the pace. They got back into it, leading into the back end of that first half. But other than that, they really haven't been on the same page as Manly.
This is Ballon to Hodkinson, now to Jason King, who's had another great game tonight. 16 tackles, 12 hit-ups. Bailey at first receiver, taking the place of Kieran Foran, who of course is off with a hamstring complaint. Last tackle now for Manly. Farrar to dummy half. He's taken control here, hasn't he, Chris Bailey? And allowed to bounce by the Dragons. It's a couple of times tonight too, Laurie. They've let the bomb bounce.
Yeah, they've looked shaky every time the ball's been in the air. Yeah, letting that bounce, you need to be urgent to get on that football. Because as we've seen, you know, you let the ball bounce, it's in the lap of the gods. Anything can happen. And Darius Boyd was certainly taking no risk on that occasion. After it bounced, he just knocked it dead straight away.
It appears it's a big win for Manly tonight. Nullavau takes it on the first bounce at about 60 metres from the boot of Jamie Soward. He claws 24 of them back with a powerful run. Pirouetting pre-line. Inside the 30 again. Jason King. Ready to put this one beyond doubt. The home side as Ballon crabs across field to link with Farrar. Leaving it behind is Jamie Lyon after the initial knock on. Ben Hornby jumped on it. Quick smart there. However, 80 metres between the Dragons and where they so desperately need to be.
It was just great reaction. The ball was on the ground. They showed the urgency to make the tackle, and they got back in their defensive line. They were set early. They're pushing forward. A great performance by them in defence.
Jason King a little high there on Jamie Soward and apologises on the run.
Still got him in there, Jason. High tackle.
6-4, the penalty count in favour of the Dragons, who have also had a slight majority of the football. After 69 minutes, it's 51% of the ball has been in the hands of the Dragons to 49 of the Sea Eagles. Nice restart play. Soward, Prittis into the hands of Green. Dragons fans now starting to pack up the esky or the blankets and tentatively head towards the turnstiles here. If their mob doesn't do anything on this set of six, they'll be able to fold up the blanket and head to the turnstiles without any queries because their side will be going down. Another run around to Hornby, over the top to Morris, steps on the inside of Williams. He comes back for a second go, but the lead tackle there was Jamie Lyon. Young, inside runner Hunt. Doubling back on themselves here, the Dragons. Prittis, a same-way play. It's on, what a ball from Soward to Michael Lett, and he scores. Forward.
Yes.
The ball has been called forward. And late.
It was a very late call. Jamie Soward, they had width and they had the numbers. To me, that is a good pass. I think out of the hands, it travels backwards.
I agree.
And then it floats forward.
Who called that?
I think it's a touch. I know he passes it on the line. And he receives it in front of the line. But I actually thought out of the hands it was backwards and then started to travel forward. But he's in a better position than us.
Almost 17,000 here at Brookvale Oval. The Saturday night, they will remember, is they are 9 minutes away from toppling the competition favourites, competition leaders. #15th head-to-head meeting between these two clubs since St George as the Dragons and Illawarra as the Steelers merged in '99. Crossfield again to King. Wayne Bennett in game 589 tonight will become the second coach to reach the magic 600 mark. And does so in round 22 against the Roosters. Ironically, they play the Broncos the week before that. That would have been quite the celebration.
It would have been. He's been around for a long time, Wayne Bennett. One of the best coaches of all time. He'll try and win a premiership with the St George Illawarra team. He got them to the minor premiership last year, and they bowed out in the straight sets. They're looking to go better this year. A couple better, actually.
Manly ready to post back-to-back victories again in 2010. And both clubs with huge matches next week as the ball is knocked forward. Taken by Tony Williams. And he gives Luke Prittis a ride upfield for 7 metres.
No, the first contact's right.
Luke was like a 3-year-old at Luna Park being piggybacked by Dad here. Oh, he got him.
The legs didn't stop moving, though, for Tony Williams. He didn't care. He just wanted to get his team out of trouble. Luke Prittis holding on.
What about next Friday night? The Dragons and the Bulldogs to kick off round 10 at ANZ Stadium. And a Monday night thriller. One with history and one of the great head-to-heads in the modern game. The Manly Sea Eagles and the Parramatta Eels here at Brookvale Oval. Monday night footy, round 10, of course. The only place you can see it is live right here on your sports leader, Fox Sports. Crossfield, Graham Hodkinson linked up with Nullavow, running the straight line. 22 points to 6. Tony Williams with a hat-trick. They head towards his side of the field. Darius Boyd surrounded here. And Volunteers dead in goal. Jamie Lyon, another one of these players. 1 of 8 backing up for Des Hasler tonight. Lyon was good last night and he's been exceptional here tonight.
We've shown great commitment to one another. You know, and if you put your hand up to play, you can't use fatigue as an excuse. You have to go out there and be prepared to play for the full 80 minutes and give off positive body language to your teammates. And they thrive on that when they know that someone is prepared to play for 80 minutes when they've played the night before. And it's been a great effort from Manly. They lost Kieran Foran at half-time. And they are still looking as though they can score against this Dragon side who, coming into tonight's game, were conceding on average less than 9 points per game.
Glenn Stewart pushing Ben Hornby off Matt Ballin. Words are exchanged a couple of metres out from the line. Hodkinson to Pike playing against his former club over the top. Michael Wett! He had a crack at it. And Steve Maddai happy to slow the game down. Take the scrum just 20 metres out from the Dragons line. Michael Lett heard the call. A cut-out pass.
Well, he got himself in a great position to take advantage of the pass, hit the ground, but unfortunately he just couldn't control it. It hit his chest and went forward. He can run, Michael Lett. I'd like to see him in the
just
clear.
Wait, boys, just wait there, just wait there. That's good that you're here, but we're waiting for the ball. Let's go, Trent. Come on, mate.
Side the final four. Hodkinson to Lyon. He's playing a 5'8" type role here. From the scrum as Bailey moves into dummy half. Plays right to Stewart. Glenn, of course. Brett sitting on the sideline along with Dave Williams and George Rolls. 3 unavailable players with injury tonight. Hodkinson wraps around to pick up the ball back to Lyon, who juggles before dropping to the ground under the Hornby tackle. And the Dragons hold out here. They held out for 4 tackles, 2 more remain. Ballard tosses it to Hodkinson. 10 metres out, centre field. They'll come left. They do so to Bailey. Awkward pass. Nicely taken, nicely kicked, and a wraparound in goal. And Michael Lett, though, found himself nowhere to go. Energy levels so high for this Eagles side, despite the fact it's the 78th minute and despite the fact they lead by 16.
Well, it's just great kick chase by Manly. They've done it all night. They've presented a line, and with 2.5 minutes to go, they all could have clocked off. They've got enough points on the board, but they take pride in their performance. And the Manly team, this is a great victory given the amount of players backing up.
First 25 minutes of this match was near faultless in terms of quality, in terms of holding onto the football, completing sets and gaining field position. It's been a fair share of big shots as well, and that has taken its toll on the 34 men used as the Eagles get a late penalty here.
Get off, then you held on. On the line, boys.
And the Dragons hold out. They're not going to have to because Jamie Lyon has elected to go for goal here, and that will just about see us out.
And I think it's the right play.
Yep.
I think it's the right play. Just wind the clock down. Jamie Lyon, he's been fantastic tonight, leading from the front.
Tomorrow on NRL Sunday, Toyota Cup, NRL doubleheader. It is the Newcastle Knights and the Gold Coast Titans. Main game, it kicks off at 2 p.m. Toyota Cup at 11:45. We hope you can join us for the Rugby League doubleheader, that is NRL Sunday tomorrow. And of course, Laurie, Monday night, we are headed into the Sydney Football Stadium, the Sydney Roosters and the North Queensland Cowboys to finish round number 9. Live and exclusive on Fox Sports is Jamie Lyon with a penalty goal with just over 30 seconds remaining. 24 points to 6, 4 tries to 1 in a dominant performance from the Eagles. Most pleasing aspect will be the 80-minute application after a few indifferent second half performances this year. Play, and one play only because the siren is ready. Jason King charges up for the final time tonight. What a performance from the Sea Eagles, because they have beaten the competition top dogs. Manly have beaten St George Illawarra 24 points to 6.
Tremendous performance. He'd be very proud of his team, Desi Hasler. 8 players backing up after playing football the previous night. Defensively, they were great. There was plenty of energy. There was urgency. There was great application. They knew they had to be committed for one another. And they showed us tonight that they are a very capable football team. Their forwards work hard for one another. They've got creative halves in Foran and Hodkinson. And it's a great learning curve for those two players as well.
Yep.
You know, they would have been upset with the results last night, but they knew they had to come here today, be positive, and give out positive energy to their teammates. And Manly, they can stand as one, the crowd, and support this football team, because they have shown us their support, and the players have responded with a great show of unity, and they've put on a remarkable performance.
Let's go onto the field to speak with that man, Jamie Lyon.
Well, Jamie, fair to say the best 80-minute performance from your team this year?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Quality side like St George, it's good to get a win, and they've got a good record against us. So, even though they had a couple out, mate, we'll take a good win out of that.
It's funny how things work out. You've faltered late in your game so far this year, but with 8 men backing up tonight, you actually finished pretty strong.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's just good to get a solid second 40 out. So, yeah, very happy with the win.
Long break now till Monday night football against the Eels. No doubt that the guys backing up tonight in for a few days off.
Yeah, I hope so. You never know with Desi, though. We could be in tomorrow. So, hopefully we'll get a few days off and get ready for the Eels.
Thanks, Jamie. Well done last night and well done tonight.
Thanks.
Well, Coops, just not the Dragons' night tonight. The Manly Seagulls, they played pretty well.
Yeah, it was a tough game, mate. They were on their game tonight. We're off our game a bit tonight, so it was disappointing, mate. We let a couple of, points in that we shouldn't have done tonight, so, it was disappointing.
Yeah, they got out of the blocks pretty hard. It seemed like at the back end of the first half you were getting on top, but the Farrar try early in the second half and you were never really in it after that.
Yeah, we knew they were going to come out pretty strong tonight. They always do. So, we were there to try and stop it, but, we couldn't. And, I felt like we were on top of them that late in that second half, but, that early try killed us.
And the calf held up all right. You were available for country selection. The selectors opted not to pick you because you had a strained calf.
Yeah, look, I couldn't train all week. I had a light run yesterday for the first time since, the game last week. So, I was pretty sore. I had a little strain there. So, I was lucky to get through tonight, but, in the end, I was, glad to be out here tonight.
Thanks, Coops. Go in and have a nice warm shower, mate.
Thanks, Jim. See you later.
Matt Cooper and Jamie Lyon giving us their thoughts. What a weekend it has been for Jamie Lyon. A commercial break, and then we're back to